Hello everyone. Our today's topic is breastfeeding and problems. So here I'm not going to concentrate on breastfeeding, but we will deal with the problems of the breast of the mother and the problems involved during the feeding and what are the corrective measures which we can take. This is a very important topic as this has an important role from the antenatal period, and if not corrected in time, baby and child both will have lot of complications and suffering. Now, why are we concentrating more on breastfeeding? So as we all know, it is one of the best thing to ensure the bonding between the mother and the child, and also provides good amount of nutrition to the baby, emotional, physical, psychological comfort, where mother and baby both can be protected. Now, if we come to a best thing, I would always suggest a mother has to be educated during her antenatal period itself. Education about breastfeeding should not start after the delivery or during the last trimester. The mother has to be educated from the well beginning. So how are we going to demonstrate? So we are going to demonstrate, we have to provide video sessions, we provide some study material so that the mother can go to her home and read about it. And this has to be completely educated and make her to practice with a doll baby or anything so that they can learn how to position a baby, how to feed a baby, importance of feeding, what will happen if you are not feeding the baby well. That has to be educated to her so that after postnatally she will be under lot of stress. That stress can be avoided if we are educating the mother well ahead. So I would like to just give a glance on importance of breastfeeding. We all know breastfeeding has a lot of importance and government of India is stressing a lot on this because breastfeed is the most nutritious food which has lots of required nutrients for the physical development of the baby including brain. Not just development but also provides immunity. Lots of immunoglobulins are there which saves the baby from infection. At the same time, it is readily available. No need, there is no need to prepare it. It is readily available. Mother has to clean the breast, latch the baby. It is warm, it is hygienic. At the same time, baby suckles the breast. Baby's jaw muscles will get developed. Sucking and swallowing reflexes and coordination will get developed. There will be a bonding between mother and the child. It works as a natural contraception for the mother also. The bonding which happens during breastfeeding is the best bonding where the child develops trust on the mother. This is one aspect to develop trust. So if first I want to see with the what are the problems which we deal when the baby is having some issues. Because in this chapter we are going to deal with the issues related to breast of the mother. So breastfeeding related issues when we see in the baby, usually a small baby, preterm baby or a very low birth weight baby, they won't be able to hold the latch the breast and suck. Then we need to express the milk or give them, or they'll be on IV fluids where they won't be able to take breast milk. That is one reason for the baby. Another reason for the baby is if they are having any congenital deformities related to their oral system where baby cannot suckle. For example, which you have given here is cleft lip, cleft palate, where the grip on the breast will not be proper for the child. Not just this, the baby might have any other congenital anomalies like severe congenital heart diseases or some stomal anal imperforata. All these things where baby cannot take a feed. There will be some difficulties through the baby. But in this chapter, we are going to concentrate more about the breast issues of the mother and which can be dealt by a medical staff. So let us see with what are the common difficulties which we come across in the postnatal ward. So ideally poorly developed nipples, the nipple shape and all won't be appropriate. Then breast engorgement, that where the breast becomes congested, hard, knotty and painful. Usually breast engorgement is normal for the first 3 to 4 days postnatal period. But if this engorgement persists, continues with severe pain and fever, and to the mother, that means that leads to breast engorgement, and that is something which have to be taken care of immediately. Cracked nipple, the most painful thing which a mother experiences is cracked nipple. why, what, how, we'll discuss later in this chapter. Then breast abscess, pus formation because of the improper letdown syndrome. Mastitis, the inflammation of the complete breast, may be unilateral or maybe bilateral. There can be sore nipple, inverted nipple. So what are the care which we can take for these breast related issues is our main agenda to learn today. So let's deal with breast abscess. This is one very huge complication which one has to be aware. Educate the mother to regularly feed the baby. If not, there won't be proper letdown and the mother's milk will get clogged in. That can lead to infection, that is called lactational mastitis, and that can lead to pus formation. And breast gets engorged, red, warm, painful, very difficult to feed or latch, even to touch the abscess area. And that abscess can form anywhere around the breast, including the axilla. So what are we supposed to do? So we have to check out, is it the lump is well defined or spread around? There is pain. Mother will always keep on complaining about the pain, redness, swelling. And if even you cannot touch the breast, there will be a lot of tenderness. And because of this pus and infection, mother will have fever and malaise. Because of this blockage and swelling, there can be engorged axillary lymph nodes. Now, when we see, just if you see in this picture, you can check out that there are different areas where you can see abscess formation. And one, it is, the skin is transparent. For one area, it is not transparent. This is beside the nipple. And for one area, it is very transparent that you can see this red, this yellowish area where the pus is almost ready to burst out. So the pressure on the breast is so much that you can see there is drooling of the milk. Now, what is the management of breast abscess? Usually, breast abscess requires immediate medical attention because it affects the health of the mother and ultimately results in sickness of the baby. So, what are we supposed to do? So, there is cut, incision and drainage and repeated needle, like we insert a needle, aspirate it. That can be done, or suction drainage can be done, or there can be cut incision and drainage of the pus from the breast. That will be a great relief for the mother. And after removal of the pus, she has to be given antibiotics under medical prescription. Regular dressing, clean and dry wound has to be maintained. And people may advise, there is pain, apply hot fermentation. But in case of breast abscess, I would suggest do not apply hot fermentation unless it is recommended. Now coming to the next topic, that is cracked nipple, or you can also call it as nipple trauma or nipple fissure. As you can see here, this area has, there is a crack in the nipple, and let me tell you, this will be very, very painful to the mother. Why does this occur? Forcefully detaching the baby while you're feeding the baby, or the breast is continuously wet, maybe because of the expulsion of the milk, that can lead to wetness, and or the milk gets dried up, then it becomes dry and it irritates. That will be the most painful thing. So the best thing which we can do for a cracked nipple is to avoid, you no need to apply soap and water every time. You can use once or twice in a day when you're taking bath. Otherwise, cleaning it with a clean and dry warm cloth would be sufficient. And after cleaning it with the wet cloth, it has to be dried immediately. And try to apply little amount of breast milk surrounding that area, so that that will be providing it as a shield. And after some time, clean it again and again. Try to apply regularly, intermittently clean the breast and apply. How you will clean? With a wet cloth and then with a dry cloth, tap drying. And avoid to keep that breast dry. Okay, ensure it is clean after the baby suckles, that will be wet with the milk. Try to clean it up because it is mixed with saliva also. You have nipple shields which are available, breast shields, as shown here in this picture. This is a breast shield which prevents the direct contact of the mouth or saliva of the baby to the breast, and the nipple shield helps as a grip for the baby, so there will be minimal damage and minimal pain to the mother. Unless blood is coming, do not avoid breastfeeding the baby. And after feeding the baby, in between the feeds, you can apply local creams which are available. Now, when it comes to mastitis, if you are not feeding the baby properly, then this will lead to mastitis. This mastitis is nothing but inflammation of the whole breast. And again, this will cause fever, illness, and everything to the mother. Very painful again, has to be treated immediately. Now, when it comes to sore nipple, as you can see in this image, the nipple is very sore over here, and even if it with touch, it will be very sensitive and very painful for the mother to latch the baby. So what are we not supposed to do? Whenever we are feeding the baby, do not forcefully pull out the baby. Try to tickle on the cheek of the baby so that baby will open the mouth and you can remove the breast. But forcefully pulling out the baby will cause this sore nipple. Okay, and it is very painful. How you are, and unless if the baby is not latched to your nipple properly, then also it will lead to this one. And I have seen people allowing themselves to be in the wetness of the expelled milk. Their dress will be wet, and they are wearing the same dress to prevent soiling of other dresses. But I would suggest keep yourself clean and dry, and especially the breast area, to prevent this. And intermittently expose your breast like to the air. Stay inside a room, keep yourself open. After proper bath, keep it dry and keep it open for some time. Use nipple shield if you can feed the baby, and you have to apply Lunalin or breast creams on it. Now, this is one of the important topic which we are supposed to deal with, that is inverted nipple. As I have said, breast examination has to be done in the antenatal period only to assess that there is inverted nipple or anything, because remaining all will happen after the delivery because of the letdown issue. But inverted nipple has to be corrected in the antenatal period itself. So if inverted nipple is there, then baby cannot latch properly, baby is not able to latch properly, then baby cannot take the feed. If the baby cannot take the feed, there will not be any letdown of the milk. Milk gets clogged inside, breast engorgement, fever, and what all we have spoken in the previous slides will happen in case of inverted nipple. So how can we correct it? And there is a test to identify is it a flat nipple or is it an inverted nipple, which I'll show you in the next slide. Then how are we going to treat it? Manual eversion, syringe technique, nipple correction, surgery. As mentioned in the previous slide, I have told you that we perform one simple test that helps us to identify that the mother is having a flat nipple or inverted nipple. As you can see in this segment, so this is the nipple area where with two fingers around 2 to 3 centimeters away from the nipple area, you have to take grip with two fingers. Then try to pull it forward. When you are trying to pull it forward, you should not touch the nipple and pull. You have to minimum 2 to 3 centimeters away from the nipple, hold the nipple and pull it. So if you can see the nipple is outward, then it is a normal nipple. If the nipple is not outward and not inward and flat line, it is flat nipple. But if the nipple is inward, then that means it is inverted nipple, and the corrective measures have to be taken immediately, because there can be severely inverted nipple and simple inverted nipples. Now, how are you going to manually avert the nipple? So, during the antenatal period only, the mother must perform this activity to ensure the inverted nipple correction. So, there are two techniques, one hand technique and two hand techniques. If it is one hand, we use index finger and mid and center finger to hold the nipple and trying to pull it outward slowly, 2 to 3 from 2 to 3 centimeters away, or you can put the whole hand on it and then pull it out. If you are using two hands, it is still easy, holding the nipple and trying to press inward and move it outward. And circular motions, if you can see in step 3, it is circular motions around the breast that covers the complete circumference of the nipple. If in some cases, some other people might be doing, or if you want to do, you can from top or from bottom, you can perform this. You also get some saddle cups or rubber bands which help to hold the nipple, and that rubber band is put around the areola region, which ensures the nipple is having a shape, but that is a little painful. Now, syringe technique, this we use commonly In the postnatal ward, ensuring that the mother needs to feed the baby should latch onto the mother and get a grip. So we usually take a large syringe, 10 to 20 cc. Don't take 50 cc. We don't need that much pressure. Keep it minimal. Usually 10 cc would do its work very well. So here what we do, near the syringe plunge we cut it. Okay, but now this cut area will be sharp. So what we do is we remove the piston and we insert it from this cut end. Okay, so that this cut end will be on the opposite side and the plunger area will be towards the mother, and this will not be less painful. And we place the plunger on the nipple and then try to pull it out. It has to be done very gently. Don't be harsh on it, and do not keep on pulling it for 20 to 30 times. Do it in a very minimal manner, and especially before the feed. Now there is surgical management also in case of severely inverted nipple. It is called nipple correction, and that has to be done in the antenatal period itself. So what are the other modalities which we can use in the ward? That is nipple everter. So nipple everter is nothing but this rubber shaped thing which uh, creates a negative pressure and ensures to pull the nipple outside. We have supple cups which replaces the nipple shape. Nipple will be inside, let it be flat or something, but the supple cups help the placement of the nipple that sticks to the breast, and baby can get an easy grip. And these are breast shields. Do not use breast shields during breastfeeding. They have to be used in between the feeds. So that will give a grip. The suction will ensure the nipple to get its shape here. And this area will surround the areolar. And nipple shield also will help the baby to get a grip. In case of, these are in case of minor, like simple inverted nipples, not in case of severely inverted nipples. Now coming to breast engorgement. So all the above problems will lead us to a place where baby is not sucking properly, or mother's milk production is more and not directly proportional to the baby's sucking or baby's food consumption. This will lead to breast engorgement. So ensure you latch your baby regularly to the breast. Feed the baby. Do not pull the baby. Ensure once you empty complete breast, then move to the other. So warmth and redness, throbbing type of pain, flattening of the nipple, low grade fever, all these things can be seen in breast engorgement. You have to be very careful to prevent infection, and if they're not taken care properly, leads to infection. So how do you manage breast engorgement? So as I have said, frequently latch the baby, consult a lactational consultant if you are unable to understand, or for better guidance, so that they'll help you how to ensure breastfeeding. So mother and baby will not have any issues. And frequently try to breastfeed. Every 2 hours, latch the baby to one breast, next time to the other breast, based on the need of the baby. If baby is not sucking properly, or baby is sick and you are developing breast engorgement, try to use breast pumps or manual removal of breast milk. Usually manual is little painful, so people prefer for breast pumps. Ensure that the breast areola and nipple areas are soft before breastfeeding itself, so that you provide some massage to the breast. Use cold compress after feeding the baby to relieve pain. Before feeding the baby, you can provide hot fermentation on recommendation of a physician. Then provide enough rest, proper nutrition and fluids to the mother. If she is stressed up, the letdown syndrome, the letdown reflex will get affected. So ensure that the mother is stress free. And then wearing a well-fitting bra, and especially during the nights, and it should not be too tight, it should not be too loose. Very supportive, firm and absorbent pads with it. So now all these things are only to ensure the mother is maintaining proper breast care. So educate the mother, ensure, ask her to wear bras, usually nursing bras. No need to keep on opening the bra every time and feed the baby. Nursing bras will help her how to feed the baby. Then the clothes which she is wearing, ensure she provides breast milk completely. Do not wear too tight clothes, that will restrict the release of the breast milk. And changing the pads. Don't keep your area wet. Let it be dry and clean. Take shower daily. Keep yourself clean and dry before feed. Try to clean the breast after feed. Clean the breast. No need to use soap and water every time. Once or twice a day, that would deal with it. And thanks for watching. Hope this video was informative. So this chapter deals only with the breast related feeding issues. Thank you very much.